Okay, welcome back to Seeker in the Forest of Weir. I was getting really fed up with the rulebook as it was um, designed by Todd Sanders. Um, Most of the issues are that it's unstructured, rules are all over the place, it doesn't follow modern board game rulebook conventions. Uh, I intend to make a video about that one day. Um, the text is in sans serif, but you can see all the kinds of things that are everywhere, exceptions all over the place. Uh, yeah, so what I did was I rewrote the rulebook from scratch. Um, to be honest, I did that in, it took me 3 days now. One day for rewriting it from scratch, and 2 more days, roughly one day for adding pictures, thanks to the PDF, by using a tool called Greenshot, so you can be really precise in what you want to showcase, and instead of the entire card, for example, you can do a portion. The last day was in layout, which is an entirely different section to discuss. So first of all, this is in serif, and it starts with a synopsis as normal, as per normal convention. To be fair, Todd Sanders did also this synopsis, but it was quite long and it doesn't tell you what the point is. You are just have to be wary of spirits, but it doesn't say what is the actual goal. So I made it shorter and I wrote here that you need to win all quests. The synopsis should have an indication to what the point is of the entire exercise. Then it's a bit of yeah. There is a choice here. You start with victory conditions or you start with card anatomy. I didn't think at first there was card anatomy necessary, but it helps to frame the reader in the right mindset. Also, I want these names are all Finnish, and the reason is not explained by Todd. Why these terms in the game are all in Finnish, but I put it here so to make it more simple, and I minimize the usage of those Finnish terms because they are just Finnish is a very weird language, and almost nobody speaks it. So this is just random letters for most of us. Um, if I write a rulebook, then I also add in hyperlinks and the chapter number. If you print this, then you can search this faster if you have the printer, the chapter number. Um, and also I already linked the terms that are needed, so this is a better synopsis. Now for card anatomy, each card is either a reference card, quest card, forest card, or seeker card. The vibe of Todd Sanders is game is colorful, happy blue, greenish things. So I also adopted that by using happy colors here. My default approach would be to have everything in boring black. But regardless, I gave here what is the entire content of of the box. So it's L1, L2, L3 cards for the forest, and how they look like. So how you can identify the things. Which was missing. It was implied by Todd here, for example. This is, but doesn't say what is. And so here it is overview, and then for forest card anatomy, it's in landscape orientation. The value to beat is in the top left. It's either in top with an arrow in the top right or bottom left of it. And the values range from 1 to 11 for tier 1, 3 to 13 for tier 2, and 7 to 19 for tier 3, which was just a matter of counting, and it gives much more information that things are getting darker to the player. Under the value to beat, there may be an icon, white pentagram, the meninginan, or the butterfly, the kaiju, or a half moon, dead end. It could also be an Ourobouros. I'm not sure what that was, the name of it. It's this thing here, but it's not explained here, but it is explained somewhere on a random page. The ajatar here. So you could also call it an ajatar, but these are the most important things. And ajatar is just a variation, so I kept it simple here. Bottom right icons are important when the value is failed, so I give immediately a heads up on how the card should be dealt with. Bottom left icons are for success, and initiative value is printed on the bottom right. So I imply here there's an order of things, and that would be later explained in detail. The secret card anatomy, same thing. It's in portrait. 5 cards have a magical object in the center, so with a picture. Some pictures here for explaining. Magic objects power is in effect regardless of your card orientation. This was one of the things that I found later in BGG rules section, where Todd explained most of the things that were not clear. But it is not explained literally, not in the rulebook, not in the rule forum, nor in the rulebook itself. But I think what he means is that if you see a power card like so, then you see the Watch of Broken Time and then a watch, and this is the Watch of Broken Time, but the effect is in upside down, but it is still active even though it is in upside down. So the value is of course the 1, but sometimes you have to rotate it. So yeah, it's an unfortunate design choice. It should have the effects on both sides, but well, it is what it is. Quest cards are in landscape orientation, either A, advanced for B, basic, B, quest goals. Quests have goals on them, and A quests reuse the B quests for specific, see the game rule modifications, which are in chapter 5, and here they are shown in detail. Then victory conditions should be upfront in any rulebook. Is very unclear here what the point is. The goal is to finish one of the 6 quests randomly chosen, but yeah, it's just not enough here, so I said here you lose if you fail to complete the objectives of a randomly chosen goal card. And also I added the scoring chapter 7, so write your score is the main objective, and if you had a few scores, then you would select another goal card. The game ends when the gold card comes up on top and is drawn from the forest deck. You remove any remaining non-goal cards from the draw deck, and the fern grid stays regardless. And this was that's the name for the pattern. That's this pattern thing. This is a fern tree. At least it looks to me like a fern tree, and it has some kind of top and a trunk of 2 cards here in the bottom. This pattern is important. It has a certain topology, which is half explained. Yeah, I need to find a better name for it, but I just called it fern tree. And then there is the setup. Setup is split in how to construct a forest deck, how to prepare the secret deck, then game turn. This is the proper game turn. It's 9 steps. Questions about what ends your turn. So this ends your turn. You may discard any other cards from your hand. This is the last thing, which you must discard down to 3 cards. Rules were unclear and imprecise in Todd's version. So terminology, always important. Remove from game, discard, to put in discard pile. What is a discard pile? Discard pile, very important. So it's put here. Initially you have to rotate half the deck in the setup, but in the discard pile, when making it for the next draw deck, you do not rotate half the deck. So that is something that I missed, and I thought it was important to denote. So the forest card flow. This is the fern tree thing, at least how I called it. Forest cards have a fixed orientation. The question was which cards are, so there's the vacant spot thing. So if something becomes vacant here, there are 3 cases. There are 2 cards immediately on top of it,